What's up, Luna? Oh, my bad, Luna. I had I was trying to get a phone call organized for practice today, so I was unable to get everything organized how I wanted to. Yeah, Luna, I was just I was waiting on a phone call, and it just ended up taking a little bit longer than I thought. How you doing? We're gonna try to stream on TikTok at the same time today, I think, and see how it goes. I don't have my computer down here, so I don't know how well I'm going to be able to see comments. But what is this horrible sound? Okay, yeah, like I said, we're going to try to stream on TikTok as well. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to be making 2 teapots today. Good. I'm glad you're good. I may try to stream on Instagram instead of TikTok in a bit, but we'll start there and see how it goes. So we're making 2 teapots, just regular old. Kitten, what's up? Just regular old teapots. Hold on, you guys. I don't want you to have to look at the back of my phone for the other camera. There we go. Now you don't have to see that phone. Good. So I have not. I'm gonna go up to buy some clay. I wanted to go up on tomorrow, but I was unable to do so because of they just wouldn't have pickup. I tried to order a little bit too late into the week, so I think I'm going to go up on the 13th, buy some new clay, get 1,000 pounds of porcelain, and we'll kind of go from there, see what we can make. So the next firing is in June, and I have a show in the end of this month. So there's just a lot going on. And then I have to go away for my cousin's wedding in June as well. So I don't have a ton of work that I have to make to put into this kiln, but we're gonna just focus on kind of teapots and things like that. We'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, how was it? Tell me about it. I want to hear about it. What's up, Sydney? What's new? What's happening? What's going on? We're gonna make 2 different types of back handle teapots. One with like a back handle like this, and then one with a normal back handle, I think. Yeah, good. I'm glad it was fun. I'm excited to go to a pottery thing in Brooklyn at the end of this month. If I have the energy, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to, but what is that, Luna? Gotcha. Well, thanks for coming in. Oh, what kind of stuff did you buy? Okay. Tatiana, thanks for the likes over there. All right. This pod might be a bust. I wasn't really paying attention, but we'll see. I kind of want a bigger opening for a little bit of extra tea, whatever. Oh my God. Congratulations, Luna. That's huge. That's awesome. When are they going to start building it? Is there a timeline on this thing? All right, I have to think for a second. Hold on. This is roughly the shape I want. I just want it a little cleaner. And we're going to throw in a gallery. I think that's what we want. What would you like me to do, Luna? Sad brought? I'm not sure what that is. I'm just going to kind of elongate this one a little bit. Yeah, cool. That's what I want. It depends. What does that mean? Gotcha. Awesome. I'm happy to say it as long as I know what it means. I don't want you to be making me say weird stuff, Luna. Oh, I got a delivery of newspaper the other day, so I'm set again for at least the next couple months. So that's huge. And we're finally drinking good puer. Tracy, how are you? I thought I would stream on YouTube and TikTok today, so that's why we're here. Okay, okay. Brought. Is that, am I saying it right? Brought? Oh my God. This video might be over before it's, oh wait, good. I have another propane tank. This tank's about to be done. Oh, Tracy, I can't complain. It's a beautiful day. I'm out of gas, but all right, let's replace this gas tank real quick. Let's hope that, yes, this one is full. Good. I'm glad I bought two. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can take a video of me blowing on them in here. I think that'd be better. Good. I'm glad, Luna. We should make some, I want to make a couple smaller whistles soon. This is not turning. It would be nice to make some bigger ones or smaller ones. You know, Luna, there's a lot of names that I don't know why they're named how they're named, you know? Dima, what's up? How are you? What's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. So, what's new with you, Tracy? Anything exciting? Anything thrilling? Amanda! Thanks for the little heart. How are you? Oh my God. I don't know if I can. I don't know if the two streaming at the same time is if I'm able to like do it with my brain completely. I'm working on it, but oh, can't go wrong with some good fire, eh? Oh, so did I show you guys the square teapot? I think I posted a video about it. Um, I'm actually pretty disappointed about that, Tracy. I really like wearing pants and hoodies, and I'm not a huge fan of shorts. But I made this square teapot with you guys. I don't know if I made it with you or not. Um, Part of it, I could not figure out how to get filter holes into it. So it ended up, it's now just kind of like a pitcher kind of situation. I don't really know. So I'm live on TikTok as well, Luna. I'm feeling great, Dima. I'm tired, but I'm feeling really well. Great. I'm gonna bike to work today. Our tennis match got canceled because of the rain, so I'll be biking in the rain today. Um, it's probably gonna not be the most pleasant bike ride in the world, but um, I'm trying to stay in shape, you know? And it's only 14 miles on very, very hilly stuff, so it's not that bad. Round trip. It's really not that bad. Luna, I'm probably going to be going back and forth if I can physically do it or mentally do it between Instagram and TikTok while I'm streaming on YouTube. Um, but at the moment, I just chose TikTok. It really just depends if I remember to actually bring my other phone down so I can stream on both platforms at the same time. Mm, yeah, yeah. Accidentally left my phone on the stream for a bit. It's not on there still, is it? You can't see it. It's right here. Yeah, you can't see it. So we're going to be throwing in the galleries for these teapots um, today because I want them a little deeper than I normally put them in, but I also want to throw them really thin. And at a certain point, it's too difficult to throw super thin and leave enough clay to have a deep gallery. I can do it with having a shallower gallery, but it just gets complicated. And we'll have to reshape this, obviously. And then, so because of the rain, my tennis match also one of them got canceled on Wednesday. So in a way, it's nice um, for me, but it'd be nice for the kids to be able to have the matches if they want that. I know a lot of them are nervous about it, but it's still nice to kind of do if they're feeling good and helps build confidence and all that fun stuff. Okay. I'm liking this one. I think this is going to be a cool teapot. It's going to get a back handle. And usually, aesthetically, I like a smaller top. But functionally, just for the sake of getting leaves in and out, it's really nice to have a bigger top like this. So, and we're going to have I think either a back handle or we might have a back handle. I haven't quite figured it out. I don't know if that made sense what I just said, but it'll make sense later. There's a style of handle that I really love that I was trying to get people to be into, and it's really hard to change people's opinions on different things that they're used to, like trying to use for the first time. So the other one, this new style, you grip like this and you pour forward, and it's just very hard for me to get people to like get into that. Yeah, right, Sydney. The smaller tops just aesthetically look nicer. We are going to be making a lot of teapots for the next firing, and so like mainly teapots. So we'll have a plethora of things. Yeah, it's like it's hard to get the tea in, and then when it expands, it's really hard to get the tea out. And so it just, aesthetically, really, really, really love it. Functionally, not so much. And like, I gravitate, even if I aesthetically like making the smaller ones, I gravitate towards picking the larger topped ones that I'm actually consuming from. Um, so it's a struggle. It's like, what do you do? So a lot of people make like a round indent and then they place it in from the inside, and I think that's super silly. You can just do it here right now with this. And what this does is thins out where the spout's being attached, and that means that there's less likely of cloggage with glaze and things like that, and also reduces the intensity of the stream. So if you have a small spout like I'm going to have, it's going to pour a little bit more accurately. What's up, Luna? No, the pores and everything is actually better. Honestly, these are functionally better teapots, um, in every means. The smaller lid ones, I then have to, like, for aesthetic purposes, I usually make a smaller spout, and then the spout's too small because I'm going aesthetically pleasing versus like functionally whatever, and so it just becomes kind of a mess. Overall, if you wanted a better actual usable teapot, I don't know where my little rib is. You kind of want a wider one, in my opinion. Hi, Luna. Uh, yeah, it's always a battle between aesthetics because you also don't want to just be making like stock, or I don't at least want to be making like stock standard looking teapots. I want there to be some kind of uniqueness and cool aspect to them. And if you just make a typical functional teapot, kind of they all look the same. It's kind of boring. Yeah, that's a spout placement, not a whatever. That just means that the spout, the so the bottom of the mouth of the spout wants to be at level with the bottom of the gallery, right? And so aesthetically, it looks prettier to have a spout come up high, but it'll always pour out the top here. And you can compensate that by having a deeper gallery. And if the deeper the gallery, the taller the spout, because even if it comes out there first, it'll just pool in here and then go back in and then pour out. So again, I don't mind mine coming out the lid because I'm really kind of like hard focusing on the aesthetics most of the time. But mm, like the teapot that we made that was square the other day, I ended it up. So I made a couple variations of the spout. The first spout that I put on was functionally the best one, but aesthetically I thought looked really ugly. So I actually took it off, and now it functionally is worse, but aesthetically better. So, you know, it's like kind of like the battle between the two things. All right, so this teapot, we're going to go for a gourd shape with a potentially slightly smaller. Um, Lou, did you make a TikTok so you could come over here? How are you? That's pretty funny. Um, this one's going to have potentially, it's going to be more of a gourd shape. This shape I really, really like. Um, it does not seem to be very popular online when I'm trying to sell them, but I don't care. I think they're wonderful. I've only sold like two in this shape ever. I've only ever made three, so I guess that is actually not a bad metric. But okay, Luna, later. What's up, Laura? Okay. Actually, I think this just needs to go up higher first before we do what I'm doing. What's good, Laura? You know what's interesting? The longer I've been doing this, the less I just care about things being centered. Like when I'm throwing, it's like one of those things where I was so like anal about things being perfect and machined and gorgeous and whatever looking, even when when you're throwing. And it's like I feel like that's a lot of the time when people are starting out, and now I just don't care. It's not because I think I don't care about the pot. It's like it doesn't make a difference. Um, Most of the time when things are glazed, couldn't tell the difference. So, mm, I'm I'm surprised that he would say it because I feel like his are very traditionally gone like Zusha or whatever Yixing teapots. So I'm kind of surprised that he would have um, that that kind of ideology. Oh yeah, super curvy. Uh, is that what's happening? I don't know. I haven't really figured out the reasoning behind why it makes sense. So this one's gonna get a cool back handle. This is gonna shrink because we're gonna undulate the top, but we're gonna throw in a gallery first. My name? My name's Will. What's your name, Lauren? Or Laura? I doubt it's Laura. I bet it's something cool, like not that Laura's not cool, but I'm saying maybe it's I bet it's like your actual name's like Apple or something. Oh, I meant to torch this first. Hmm. Where does he find himself in that category? Did you guys talk about that at all? Welcome back, Luna. All right, we're gonna make this one pretty deep. Gotcha. On Korean teaware. Huh. Guess I've never really looked into Korean teaware before. Do you know what the difference between that is and like traditional Chinese gong fu pots? Is there like is the handle the subtlety that's more Korean on his work? Is that where the influence is coming? Amazing. We're working on teapots today, Tracy. How's work? We're doing, this is going to be a back handle teapot. It's a style that I really like that I used to make. I've only made 3 of these ever, actually. Maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 10. To be honest, I don't really know. I've lost track of everything I've made. It's all documented, so I can always find out what I have made, but I've taken a photo of every single pot that I've ever made since 2016, and it's all labeled and organized. So I can always find stuff again. But as soon as I've made it, it's out of my mind. Or as soon as I've sold it, really. Photographed it. Interesting. Right on, kitten. I'll have to ask him about it then. Um, I'll have to ask him about his arthritis. Is that, I wonder if that's pottery based arthritis or is he's just, he got it some other way. He's a really nice guy. I like his stuff too. It's very cute. I don't have any, I can't afford teapots. Um, so I don't generally buy teapots from people. But he has nice teapots. The other reason I don't necessarily is that over the years, I've kind of really come to the conclusion that, I really like my work for this because it's built how I want it. So even the stuff I buy from other people, I usually gravitate back towards my own work. Mm. I'll have to take a gander at some Korean stuff and then maybe talk to him. I have this weird. Um, I hope you do one day, Tracy. I'm just as a heads up, they are getting, as I just said, that everything is getting more expensive just because it needs to be for me to actually keep doing this. Um, but Being interesting to talk to him about all that. I am like, and this is because of the art school I went to, but I have like this weird disdain for any like conceptual based aspect of something. So if someone can really talk about their work in a way that like has some other meaning, or has like some influence that's not just aesthetically simply aesthetic driven, I I'm like predisposed to dislike just because the art school jaded me so much um, in a very negative way towards concept. Mm. Not at all, Tracy. Uh, so I'm gonna push out the bottom a little bit more if I can. I'm gonna push out the second layer a little bit more if I can. Cool. Oh, we did. When I met him at the art at that opening that Teapot showed that he kind of put together that I was part of in New York, it's like we had nice chats. The problem is I'm so like antisocial, um, that like they all hung out together afterward and I just left. I I'm not good at like marketing. She has been, Tracy. We haven't been catching as many fish this year. I've been having some hard like issues taking lives of fish that aren't big enough, and I haven't been finding fish quite big enough. So she hasn't been eating as much fish as normal, but she's still eating quite a bit of fish. Yeah, exactly, kitten. For sure, Sydney. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. I'm just gonna not say what I was gonna say. It was nothing bad. I I think he like really is a wonderful guy. I got nothing. His excitement is so much higher than mine. Um, when it comes to everything, when I talk to him, um, whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Never mind. All right. Add our whole thing here. You know what's interesting is that like so like when I get in a group with other potters and things like that, to be honest, unless we are doing something directly pottery related at that moment, I like have no interest in talking about pottery. It's fascinating. Good. I like it. I like it too. It's gonna be good. I'm glad that Dart from I think Tao Teaware is his business kind of really got to be close friends with Mark. I think that combination, they're really lovely together. It's like collaborative teaware partners. They're not partners, but you know what I mean. They kind of seem to be the kind of go. They're quite close and seem to kind of go back and forth a lot. They're both just excited, and I think that is something that's really nice to see. Okay, this one I may have screwed up, kind of cut some of the holes out a little bit, so we'll see what we can do when we add our holes. So let's add the T holes, strainer holes to this guy first, and then kind of go from there. Yeah, 100%. There is some like a little bit of misinformation that keeps being spread, um, that I like message about. Um, I don't like, I'm not gonna call anybody out on like a post, but I just want to be like, you know, atmospheric doesn't mean gas, for example. You know, it can, but it doesn't always. You know. Yeah, that was just my pre hole that on that one. Yes, we'll have non-round holes on that one. Yeah. Again, I'm not I'm not trying to say anything negative to anybody. I think both of them are absolutely lovely people. I love talking to both of them. And I love what they're doing for the tea community and the tea pottery community. I have nothing bad. Um, I just sometimes see some stuff that is not accurate, but the enthusiasm is in there, but there's so already so much stuff that's being falsified in the pottery community. I just, if I can have any like mild say in it, it would be nice to just kind of like mitigate it to a degree. Mm. So I think I might, because this hole is kind of holing, we might wait for this one to dry up a little bit. So let us trim that guy, both of those, and then we'll put the holes in it and go from there. Um, you could buy that really kind of lame footer if you want to, ASMR. There's a company, Wallace Ceramics or something, and he makes a plastic footer that holds a bunch of different things. If you're looking for just like a pre-made thing. Otherwise, it'd be really easy to make it. The chucks are, I mean, I just made a chuck, you know? They take like 5 seconds. You should be able to make one yourself quickly if you have access. Exactly. Okay, then do the footer thing. I hate on it just because he like direct advertises to me unintentionally on Facebook all the time. But it's a fine product, it seems. Um, I don't know how much it costs. I think it's going to be expensive, but or I'll make you some chucks. 25 bucks a chuck, just bisqued. You let me know. Christina, how are you? It's been forever. What's new? What's happening? I love that you love your stuff. Yeah, it's pretty simple, eh? Yeah, sounds good. I mean, the other chucks are easy too. I mean, literally, if you needed them, I could make them, bisque them, be ready by tomorrow, and they could be shipped the next day. They're pretty simple thing. That's why I think you can do it yourself instead of paying like hundreds of dollars for a plastic thing. But it's gonna look nice. The plastic thing looks good, and if your whole thing is ASMR, I mean, not today, Christina. We're just working on a couple just simple single-walled teapots. I kind of wanted just some single-walled stuff to have because the only thing that I have on my website right now are double-walled teapots, and they're expensive. And I like to have the kind of intersection between expensive and not on the website. So we have some cheaper pieces, and then the more expensive double-walled stuff. So what's new? What's happening? Oh, you're in Portugal? What? How's Portugal? How long you been there? Tell me everything. I want to hear about it. Should I go? Is it worth it? Thank you. I I wish I could get filter holes in there. I think we're gonna have to make a built-in um, infuser that kind of sits into the pot. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a sake bottle at the moment. Oh, gotcha. Can't wait to hear all about it. Send pictures, please. I want to see stuff. If there's good hiking, let me know. I was talking to someone, one of the parents to the kids that I teach. She's from Hungary. I was asking if there's good hiking in Hungary, and she's like, "Don't go." She's like, "It's not. It's." She's like, "It looks identical to here, to like where we are right here." So I was like, "All right, well, there's one place knocked off the list." Definitely gonna listen to a local. Yeah, well, it depends on where you're from, and yeah, yes. I think my next travels are just gonna be like in these giant trucks going down my street. Man, oh man. I think my next trip is just gonna be in the States. Just either out west, or Dog and I will drive up north a little bit. Um, yeah, right. Um, Maybe I'll just go up to Canada with little dog. I really want to. I still have not applied for my Canadian passport yet, so I need to do that. sooner than later. I didn't think it was going to be your fault at all. At all. Awesome, Sydney. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, kidding. Canada's great. The east coast of Canada's all right. It's okay. It's not nothing special, but the west coast, oh my. British Columbia is gorgeous. I've spent so much time out in Vancouver Island, and Squamish is gorgeous, and all this stuff is just spectacular. And I'm hoping my aunt and uncle, they have a house not in British Columbia or anything, but close on Orcas Island. And I'm hoping they'd be cool with me going out just for a weekend or 5 days. Just fly out there, take a little trip, just to leave here for a bit, you know. Ohio? Gotcha. I always think Canada was great. I think I'm pretty sure I was always a pretty firm believer in the niceties of Canada. Oh, would I know this person, Kitten? Okay, so there's Teapot body number one. And this guy is not quite feeling that soft. Hmm. Fair. Give it a nice little pat pat while I drink my tea, you know. So I'm pretty psyched. I've been going quite hard on my garden this year, just for the fact that I probably won't be able to afford groceries soon. So, I mean, I like my garden anyway, but just to make double sure. So I've been like really doubling down on it. Um, and I'm psyched last year. Sorry, that was weird. I thought my phone was on Do Not Disturb, but it still let a phone call through, which is really strange. Is that normal? Anyway, I'm growing a lot of carrots. I realized last year that I had 0 carrots in my life. And so this year I planted like 200 carrots. So, no, this is not a kick wheel. I am not a fan of kick wheels. I like standing, you know. It's nice to be able to just kind of move around in here. Yeah, kick wheels are fine, but it's like one of those things that I just refuse. People offer them to me all the time around here who just kind of don't want to be making pottery anymore or bought one during COVID because that was all that was accessible and realized that they didn't actually like using it. And I don't have the space to take it. A lot of the time, people contact me with pottery equipment that they have because they're just retiring or they're getting old or their family members have passed away and they just want to get rid of it. And I go and pick it up and I just kind of keep it in a shelf and I have it all like organized and stuff. And I kind of look for people who are either don't have enough money or they're trying to take it more seriously or they're like really getting into pottery, and I just give that equipment away to them. Um, which is kind of nice to do. And with the caveat to them that they have to always, if they stop, they pay it forward and just give that kiln wheel, whatever equipment I gave them, to someone else. And they don't just like keep it if they're not using it. Mm. I have never grown sunchokes. Is that a worthwhile thing to grow, do you think? It feels like that would take up a decent amount of my space. Am I wrong about that? Or am I like kind of thinking of an artichoke instead of a sunchoke? What is a sunchoke? I think maybe my brain just went artichoke instead, and I don't really want to grow like plants that big. I mean, I'll grow Brussels sprouts later, but I'm not gonna plant those yet. I think we're gonna undulate the foot here, so I'm gonna try to get an undercut so the undulation looks good. Ah, that didn't happen. No one saw that. Oh, yes, I grow hundreds of them every year. However, this year I decided to dig them, or last year I decided to dig them up and decided I didn't want to grow them anymore. But usually, yes, I grow hundreds of them, and they're beautiful. But I got, to be honest, a little bit tired of them. They take up so much space. They get so tall, and the area that I had planted them, where they've just kind of like they come back every year, and the area that I put them was just in the wrong spot. It shaded out all of my plants in the back. And so I just got rid of them. I didn't get rid of them. I transplanted a couple. I don't know if they're going to come back though or not. Um, but yes, for the last like 6 years, I've grown hundreds of them. Mm. Though I didn't realize they were called that. Amani, how are you? Tell me everything. What's new? What's happening? We're doing a little dual streaming right now, Amani. One on YouTube, one on TikTok. Okay. Is that going to be good enough to do what I'm trying to do? I don't know. We'll find out. Good. I'm glad to hear. What's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. What's going on? How's life? Yeah, I'm realizing that, to be honest, because I actually tried to get rid of them the year before, and to no avail. Last year, after the, I I tried to get rid of them very minorly 2 years ago, and it like did nothing. And so like last year, I went hard on trying to get like dig every single one up that I could find. Um, and I think what I'm going to do is plant something aggressively on top of it, and so it'll just kind of fight for its life. The problem too is that I don't like them enough. They're not they're such strong flavors that I don't want hundreds of them. You know what I mean? Like they're great. With the thing I found the best is like to make them into almost like a sauce for rice, or um, dry them and have mix them with like sesame for onigiri or something like that, with some mushroom as well. But it's just too intense for me. Oh, where are you going? Awesome. Me either. I barely come over here, Amani. This is like the first stream I've done on with TikTok in a million years. I don't really show up anymore. I'm just not really enjoying TikTok anymore. Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up, guys. No. Whatever. This one has to end up being mine. It has to end up being mine. Oh, I screwed up bad though. I added the undulation too far over. I mean, it'll be fine. It's just not what I wanted at all. That's fine. Vegas, oh my God. What are you going to do there? Oh, I could. Mint could definitely take it over. I was thinking my chives are so aggressive that I was thinking about transplanting some chives over there because they're tasty, they're low down. It's a cool circular planter that I had made for that, um, for those artichokes though. Awesome. I'm excited to see some of them, Amani. Do you like being a barista? Has that been fun? Like, yeah, my chives have literally they don't take over, but they're just there. You know what I mean? Ugh, gross. Well, that's a bummer, Amani, but I'm glad everything else is good. Otherwise, what are the things that I want in the garden? You know what it would also take over that spot is if I put a squash there. I'm not growing cucumber, refuse. Eggplant's been a total bust every year that I've grown it, so I'm not doing that either. Oh my God, happy birthday. What'd you do? Anything fun? Oh my God, you've opened the floodgate. You messed up. Has anybody ever pickled chives before? No, no, like watermelon or anything like that. I'm just gonna do patty pan squash. I'm gonna do loofah, patty pan squash, uh, maybe acorn, butternut, zucchini, but no watermelon or other kind of melons of that sort. Amanda, I don't know. I give up with the eggplant. I don't even like eggplant enough to do it. The Japanese eggplant is the only somewhat successful one, the longer one that's kind of like whatever. But like normal eggplant, I can't seem to grow it. I don't I don't know. Yeah, patty pans are great. So lots of cool veggies, you know? Right, Tracy? I'm kind of curious. Later, Amani, I'm kind of curious what it's like tasting pickled chives. I could even just pickle the flowers. I have so many chive flowers. I've been just eating them every night. I'll pick like maybe 50 every single night. But is zucchini? I'm gonna see if they have like a dwarf zucchini, so I don't have like monster ones that are this big that I can't handle. They are okay. Okay, I'm glad that we've had someone that's tried them. Thank you, Dima. There's a style of Japanese pickling that I used to do for daikon and other types of radish, um, that I also kind of want to try that I think would be good. I don't remember how I do it, but it's like a 5 hour pickling. I think it's just like mirin, sake, rice wine vinegar, and sugar and salt. and you just put it in a bag in your fridge for like 5 or 6 hours. I don't really remember. I just remember it being delicious. Oh, I want to grow kohlrabi this year. Love a good. No, my headphone just died. Hold on. I know you guys over on TikTok don't have my headphones, but the YouTube peoples do. Yeah, I know. I just well the thing is I think this year it'll be because I'm gonna be just mostly eating food just from my garden this year. Um, I'll probably be able to catch them in time. What am I looking at? Am I a robot? Oh my god, the TikTok thing now. It used to be like this little key that you could go over to the side and it'd be fun. Read a thing and gross. All right, so that lid's good. I guess I haven't been streaming over there for a while. That's a really good point. You know, the flowers are good too. I should eat more like stuffed zucchini flowers. Hmm. Oh, I'm bummed ramp season is about to be over. I feel like we got another week left. I've been really shoving my face full of ramps, but I love Brussels sprouts, Tracy. I love all veggies except tomatillas. I have like a childhood memory of them, and it was very negative, and I don't really remember even what the memory was, but um, I just not a huge fan. I don't think I've ever had a pickled Brussels sprout. Blowing my mind right now, Tracy. All right, we're gonna be pickling some stuff this year, but Brussels sprouts I don't want to plant till later, considering I can't really harvest them until after the first frost. So, what's up, Vegito? Nice. I haven't found any good fiddleheads this year. I must have missed it. I've been out and about all the time, but I seem to have missed it already. Every time I found one, it's already opened. I've been finding a bunch of like staghorn ferns and other types of ferns, but not fiddlehead ferns. Oh, I love beets. I planted so many beets already in the garden, Tracy. Such a fan. Love pickled beets too. Ah, I'm gonna get some more tomatoes as well, I think, tomorrow. Um, I got a few sun golds and few sun golds, few beefsteaks, few Germans, a few zebras, a few cherries. But I think I want more beefsteak. And I have no cucumbers yet. Can you believe that? Isn't that insane? I haven't planted a single cucumber. Ridiculous. Agreed. Agreed. I mean, you guys know my diet, or you might know my diet. I'm sure I have talked about my diet at some point. So, but it's like it's like literally just a bag of an entire bag of frozen veggie and like some kind of protein. So it's like mostly beans or like if there's fake meat that's on sale, I'll buy that. But I'm a potter. It's like there's only so much fake meat I can actually afford. Yeah. I plant a lot of those tomatoes I just said were heirloom tomatoes, Tracy. And then like I do some heirloom cucumbers, but last year all of my heirloomy things did quite badly. And but the caveat was that I was not focusing on the garden super hard last year, and I'm really planning to go like full in this year. It's like as a second job, so I can potentially just not buy food. Oh, I need beans. I want I want a big thing of climbing beans. No bush beans around here, you know? Oh yeah, what'd you plant, Tracy? I will say that I planted my peas on my birthday, and so they're already like 5 inches tall. So I don't, Joyce, because I eat them too quickly. Um, it's like one of the few times a year that I actually have enough food that actually like doesn't put me into a calorie deficit. So um, I don't can anything because it's all consumed, like pretty much same day. I will if there's excess. And to be honest, I prefer freezing my veggies and stuff than canning a lot of the time. I got a really nice vacuum sealer specifically for olives, salmon, and trout, but I've been using it for excess veggies and stuff, and it's been really nice. Gotcha. Well, that sounds lovely, Tracy. Today would be a great day to plant some stuff. It's been raining like crazy, and it's going to continue raining. And so, but it's warm and rainy. So I should go plant some more veggie. But like I said, tomorrow is the day that I'm going to go. The person who won, I didn't, I did not do this intentionally, but the person who won the giveaway on my Instagram, it turns out they literally are 20 minutes from here. I don't know who it is. Um, but they literally are like I sent them a message being like, so what's your address? I can send you this. And I saw the 2 towns over from me was the address. I'm like, that can't be right. Like they have to be further than that. It's literally they're 20 minutes from me, which is insane. So I'm gonna meet them tomorrow in the middle town and buy plants and give them their little purpley blue cup that they won. It was Amanda. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, I feel that way, Tracy. I plant them all in the same garden, if you mean, but I have like various raised beds, and um, that it so the my garden is on top of an old foundation. So it's a concrete base, and then I've made raised, but then there's grass on top, and then I put raised beds on top of that. But they look like they're in ground beds because they're still low down. Um, I have a ton of wildlife here, so I kind of need everything um, close by. Mm. And then I also have two separate things. I actually have a garden in my garden, and then I have another, um, like I put a bunch of planters on my deck, and I also grow a bunch of tomatoes and cucumbers and onions and carrots and tomatoes and arugula and chives on my deck as well. That one doesn't have to be um, as guarded because Olive will murder anything that tries to come close. So she won't murder it, but she will scare it away. Plus, you have to get over a bridge to get to my apartment, and I think the deer are a little freaked out. I've never seen a deer on my bridge before, so. I do rotating crops, Tracy. So as soon as something's done, I replant and kind of just try to rotate until I can't do it any longer. So I just keep going and going until I'm out of food. But that's if I'm like really full into the gardening season. So like my all of my uh, um, radishes, they'll be up relatively soon. I planted them last week, but it takes like no time, 20 days to fully get a radish or something like that. It might even be less than that. So I'll have my radishes pretty soon, and then I will probably do basil or uh, more carrots or something else. I don't really know. Maybe more radishes. I don't really know. I don't. I've noticed that if I plant radishes closer to midsummer, they don't do as well. It seems like it's a better early summer crop for me, at least in my garden. And so I might do them again because I did plant them pretty quickly, and it just really depends on the weather. It's pretty sweet, eh? Yeah, I got plants everywhere. Got fruit trees. Got the big garden. Flowers from hither to thither. A big flower fan. I don't know if you guys have noticed that over the however long you guys have known me, but I love flowers. And just like something, I have friends who their goal is always to have like cut flowers in their house year round, or just like so they can see flowers. My goal is just to have actual flowers living in my apartment year round, or close enough that I can see them. In the summer, I want them to live out on my deck so they can enjoy the summer and grow nice and strong. And then I'll bring them back inside. The only one that doesn't go in and out is what's up, Stitches? The only one that doesn't go in and out is my dragon fruit cactus. It's so straggly that like every time I move it, it breaks into sections, and I just given up trying to move that thing in and out. So it's nice to have one plant in my apartment still. I do wish I could bring it out a little bit more safely, but it's honestly just not worth it. I was going to add something here, but I don't know if I need to. Hmm. I'm going to do it anyway. Cool. Making spouts is great. Oh, what do you mean by that, Tracy? I love peonies too. All my peonies are maybe like 6, 7 inches tall right now. I have so many peonies. The problem with peonies, though, for me, I love them, but they're so short-lived. I will drop a pretty penny on a peony, but like you get like a week of beauty, and then it's just nothing. And because of that, I only buy herbaceous peonies because I'm not interested in looking at a twig all year long. You know what I mean? Fine. What's up, Nikki? Oh, I'm sorry. Recently that happened? Oh, I'm growing something called a haspberry. I bought it last year. I bought two of them. It's a honeysuckle, but it creates a blueberry that's elongated. So it's like a little cute, fat, long blueberry. They're delicious. And I'm also growing a bunch of huckleberries and Chinese melonberries and peaches and Asian pears and all that fun stuff. What's up, Lynn? Oh yeah, it's super cool. I'll show you guys if something doesn't eat them. I'm gonna have to definitely cover them this year. Yeah, yes. I guess August. I never really think about when I'm planting things. It's just when I see things being active. There's a place near me. Let me torch this. There's a nursery, a peony nursery in Thomaston, which is a couple towns over from me, called Cricket Hill Nursery, and it's just spectacular. There's some Connecticut has some really kind of like hidden beautiful gems for plants and other things. Like there's a rare orchid place down in like Easton, Connecticut, and called J&L Orchids, and there's a koi hatchery that's just a dad and his son, and they raise koi, and you can hand pick them in like North Haven or something. And then if you go out east, there's a plant shop called Logi's, which is just spectacular. And if you go even further, 20 minutes northeast of that place, you hit New England Bonsai, which has just spectacular trees. Um, there's some just like really like kind of cool spots that I guess if you're not looking for, you would never find them. Um, but some really, really cool places around. Definitely, if anybody's in New England, they should hit up any of those places. They're worth the drive. J&L Orchids is pretty sweet. You just have to really make sure you know and double check that they're actually open. Is like they'll say they're open, and then I'll go. It's like not close to me. I'll drive an hour and 45 minutes or whatever, and then they're not actually open. That's cool. I like that, Tracy. What kind of stuff can you find there? Lynn, we're doing spouts for our teapot. We're making two teapots today. I have I have about an hour of free time left before I have to go teach tennis. So I think I'm going to bike in the rain today. I haven't really decided, to be honest. I'm feeling incredibly tired I'm not even sure why, but I think it'd be nice to bike. Keep my body fit, you know? Don't want to just crumble apart. So we probably will make some double walled. Good. I'm glad you think so. We probably will make some double walled teapots. Um, nice. I have like mixed feelings about hydrangeas, and I'm not entirely sure why, Tracy. I think they're beautiful, uh, but like I don't think I've ever bought a hydrangea. Um, I have this really cool red quince right now that's outside my studio here. I planted a really beautiful Japanese maple and a red quince, and then I have my elderberry right next to it as well, and then a bunch of peonies and some other cool trees. I was thinking about the other day. I Over the last 10 years, I probably spent like, I don't know, $20,000 on plants. like like a disgusting amount of money on plants. It's like where all of my disposable income goes, besides olive. It's olive's number one, and then it's plants. Um, they just make me so happy. Right? It just slows you down and makes you happy, you know. They are just great. When I was living in New York, I was going a little insane because even if you go to a park, I lived pretty close to Prospect Park when I was living there. It was absolutely just it felt like a fake forest, which it kind of is. Um, and I just did not get the same kind of as you said therapy really from that space. Drove me a little bit insane. We're drinking good puer. Brendan sent me 1,400 grams of puer. I'm feeling good. Uh, he bought sent me 1,400 grams, and then I also bought an additional, I think like 20 ounces of black tea. So I'm good on tea. All you guys over on YouTube here is paid for my tea addiction. You know, I appreciate it. They sure are, Nikki. That being said, I am going to put away. This tea is unavailable, and you can't buy it anymore. This is he sent me two. There's a 2016 and a 2015, and I'm going to put away I think 5 cakes, and have them only for maybe 6, and have them only for special occasions over the next 10 years. Oh yeah, can't go wrong, you know. Oh, I bought out all of his black tea a couple days ago, except for I bought 15 ounces of Dragon Fist, and never had it before. Not a fan. I mean, it's fine, but you know, would I recommend Dragon Fist to someone else? Probably not. All right. What else do we need to throw? Handle. We're gonna throw a handle for one of them, and then the other one's gonna have a hand-built handle, and then we're gonna trim the lids, attach everything, and then I'm gonna go teach tennis. The question is, how do I make a handle? It's been a very long time since I've done this because we're going to be throwing it. I don't remember. So I think I make a closed form, and then I think I do this. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is, right. Oh my God, Lynn, you have so much faith in me here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't usually think things graphically in a negative way, but that for some reason did it for me for a second. Okay, we're just going to pull this little handle. Yeah, I didn't mean to push down. Why'd you guys let me do that? I'm also excited to get a haircut tomorrow, along with all these plants. My hair is getting a little out of control, I think. I'm going into my like mad scientist phase. It's like getting there. It's not quite there, but like, you know, if it goes straight up, I'm getting into like mad scientist territory, and I'm not. Yeah, nice. Well, here, you see how tall my hair is right now? It's not doing it. Ooh, little guy's listening a little bit. That's good. Ah, don't touch it when it's hot, Will. What are you doing? Okay, so this might not be big enough for what I'm trying, but let's not worry about it for right now. Let's just put it to the side. Let's trim the lids and then go from there. Oh, did you? Nice. That's where it's at. Oh, you can't go wrong, Lynn. I prefer a Japanese garden, but I get the sentiment. All right, let's make our little chuck. Look at that chuck. Looking so cute over there. Okay, I need some newspaper. I need to torch this. I clearly don't know how to like get my own out there. All right. Completely missed my mouth on that attempt. Oh my God. Luna, we were talking about you for the last like 20 minutes. Where you been? You're over here, now you're over here, now you're back over here. Oh my God. Okay, I just took the measurements for one of them and I don't remember which one, but it's fine. We'll just make do. So I had a cool teapot come out. There was a single walled black Shino of the last firing and it didn't sell. And so I think I might refire it. I'm using a VO Whisper, but I'm sitting on cinder blocks. Who has the money for their like actual legs to stand on? That's insane. They're like $300 just for extenders, and they're not even tall enough. So cinder blocks, don't pay it. It's not worth the money. No, why'd you do that, Mister? Oh my God. All right. Well, how do you like them since you've committed? I find them not to be actually tall enough for what you need. Oh, so you bought it used. That's awesome. Okay, well, at that price, then you're sold. You got a Whisper for $800 with the legs? Did that person just not know what they had, or a friend, or how'd you get such a steal? Gotcha. Do you like the light? I recommend it to most people just for an under the hundred for under $1,000 wheel. And she just really wanted to get rid of it? Damn. Was that on, did you get that on Facebook or was it on Craigslist or? Gotcha. That's such a good deal. Oh my God. Uh, I don't, that amount of luck is insane. Eight, they got a Whisper with the legs, $800, and they found him. He didn't even have to go looking. It's crazy. That's genuinely insane. I am like super jealous. I did get a VL Whisper myself for $700, but that was so many years ago before COVID. Um, Sierra, we are trimming lids for 2 teapots at the moment. We're just putting two simple single-walled teapots together. Yeah, how you doing, Sierra? What's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. Yeah, right? So it's interesting with this way of doing lids, when you're trimming them, you always have to trim lower than you think, and it feels like you're going to go through every single time. But if you don't, it's like a million pounds. So, serious? Wait, why? What happened? What's going on? I'm doing great. I've got no complaints. It's a beautiful day. It's rainy. The wind is kind of annoying. I don't like winds personally, but I'm gonna go biking soon. I'm gonna go teach some tennis. It's gonna be lovely. Okay, cool. As long as they're fixing it. And are they charging you for this fix or? That's so lame. Well, I'm glad that it's getting fixed though. It can be kidding. I Yeah, at this point I'm feeling pretty confident these days, but it definitely has its moments, eh? And I do lids so differently these days. I mean, this is not how I used to teach lids or do them myself at all, but awesome. Good. Glad to hear that. What kind of stuff have you been making? Anything fun, exciting, thrilling, spectacular, horrible? What are we working on these days? Bleh. Bleh. Trimming wet stuff is it's something. What? What's the commission? Congratulations, that's awesome. Hopefully you're psyched about it. I always I can't remember the last time I've actually accepted a commission. Um, they always give me anxiety. Outside of like my dealer, he can commission whatever he wants. I'll make anything that dude wants. Actually, speaking of him, guess what we're making? We're making 2 teapots. We're making a gaiwan style that I used to make for him, but we're gonna turn it into a lotus flower, and then he also wants a lily flower. Oh yeah? What's the hopeful color that's gonna come out as? Yeah, right. I hope it turns out okay, Sierra. Ooh, I'm psyched to see. Oh, pomegranate could be very cool. Huh. Interesting. Exactly, Christina. And it's gonna be my guy. I don't know if you guys. This is an older version of stuff. This is before I was. It was during my pause of streaming, but I was making gaiwans with millions of holes around, and you could pour them from any direction. You guys probably weren't didn't probably didn't see my work at that point. That was a long time ago. Okay, let's see how well we did the fit here. Ta-da! Okay, one down, one more to go. I hope so. Speaking of royal purple underglaze, so I used the royal purple, right? And I was super disappointed by the fact that all my pots come out blue. It turns out the blue is only blue in natural lighting, but if you put it under a light, it turns purple. So those teapots that are blue that are up on my website or cups, they actually are more purple depending on the lighting. So if you're inside drinking, you'll have more purple. If you're outside drinking, you'll have more blue. Yeah, right? Kind of cool. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Um, I always forget how long I've been doing this. And there was a 2 year gap where I was unable to get, or maybe even 3 years that I was unable to stream. And so I just was trying my best just posting videos and stuff, but it wasn't the highlight. But now that I have Wi-Fi in here, everything's kind of much nicer and I can actually stream every time we're in here and blah 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 blah. I'll see if I can find photos. I kept one of them that's broken. I think Brendan got the really cool one. It was the commission that he had. They were it was something cool. We should maybe revisit all my old styles. I think at one point, I was going pretty hard on these new styles. And then for some reason I backed off. Maybe I just got bored. I get bored. You guys have been with me long enough to see how my attention is. I get bored halfway through making something with you guys most of the time. So, right? Gotta love a good hidden purple. So the building I'm in right now, Sierra, it was an old storage barn for a cow farm, and I put in some doors, have a big sliding door, put in a window, insulated the whole place, put in a wood stove, and then I have all my kilns in the room behind me. All my electric kilns are behind this wall. Mm. I kind of want a door that goes directly through, but at the same time, I don't really mind walking the 3 feet outside and then inside. Yeah, it's a pretty cool space. It's not very large, which is the reason I don't really do workshops, like big workshops. Um, but I do a lot of one-on-one stuff in here, which is really nice. Sometimes two people. I have three wheels in here, but I don't like teaching three people at the same time anymore. I barely like teaching two people at the same time because so I used to do these like 3 person or like multiple people classes every week. Yo, how are you? And what I've realized over the years is that, and I probably have said this to you guys in the past, but I'm going to say it again, that no matter who that person is who's standing next to you, you compare yourself to the other person. I don't care. I've seen it so many times, and you feel insecure, and then like the work isn't as good because you're comparing, and you think you have to talk, and you think blah blah blah. And I've been noticing that um, the progress from people who did just these private classes or open studio sessions with me, the improvement is like astronomically faster, and it makes sense. Um, but it just I like watching the progress more. I understand they are more expensive, so it is what it is. But um, yeah, it's just interesting to see. Though that all being said, I might offer a once a week class again for 3 people. It's just kind of like the stock standard thing. It's just going to have to be a lot more expensive than it used to be. Yeah, I watched it all the time, Sierra. It was just, it's not Christina, but even then people compare if they're friends, if it's their kids, if it's like whoever. I mean, it's like there's a weird, like if so, here's the issue. What I've noticed is that if someone's having not a super great day, and sometimes, I mean, you've seen me come in here and then just walk out. Some days aren't great, and if there's other people around, I've noticed that the person who's having a bad day cannot get out of that funk no matter what I do. They are just like, they're just miserable, and they're, even if they're doing great, they're miserable and they're taking it out on themselves, and they're just constantly kind of complaining. And it's just kind of an atmosphere that I can't always, sometimes I can diffuse it, a lot of the time I can't. But they like do it because they pay for the class. They don't just leave. They won't take a break for 10 minutes either. I mean, it's like, if I can diffuse it, it's because I could get them to sit down for 10 minutes and just chill and have some tea and relax and then go back to it, which is what I have to do when I'm having a bad day too. Or I just don't come back in. That's awesome, Sierra. Did he pick it up? Hmm. It's pretty relaxing, you know. If you're into this, if this feels relaxing to you, Lynn. But the classes, they're fun. I should start that again um, this summer. Good. As long as there was fun had, then that's all that matters. I've also said this before, but I'm definitely like I'm a positive reinforcement teacher, and so like pretty much no matter what you do, I'll be pretty positive about it. But I will like suggest ways of improvement alongside the like just overwhelming positivity. But it also depends on the level of the person. I'm going to be maybe more harsh depending on the skill level. The worse you are, I will be disgustingly nice no matter what. It's just going to be the most fantastic thing you've ever made. But yeah, yeah, it's hard because most people who take pottery lessons aren't very good, and so they need your full attention, which is another reason that I kind of like this one-on-one, one-on-two thing. Exactly, Sierra. Okay, this was the last thing we had to throw, right? I think so. All right, let's see how the fit is. This one needs some trim, some cleanup on the side, so it might not be perfect, but I think it's going to be close enough just to gauge if it is good enough or not. All right. Nope, it's too big. Oh, but oh, I see. I trimmed at an angle. I didn't trim it flat on the bevel on the bottom there. I see. That's an easy fix. Exactly. Well, you know, what's what is a really so teaching learning how to throw pottery and everything is actually the like really easy part of all of it. Um, and the hard part is finding the cool design aspects and elements that you're doing maybe unintentionally, and then seeing the positives of something you did as a mistake as a potential for aesthetic growth. And so when I'm generally teaching people, I'm trying to from the get-go kind of have that outlook. So even if they're quote unquote like messing up, they're still seeing the potential for what could be like really awesome aesthetic growth. But that one, oh my God, that's the hard one to teach. Like teaching people aesthetics is, the hard one. Interesting. I'm not quite there yet. Better to go small, little by little on these. Otherwise, they'd have to remake it. Yeah, that makes sense, kitten. Oh, Sydney, can we ever finish? We're addicted to teapots. It'll never end. Exactly, Sierra. But it is really hard to have that. Every single person that I've ever taught is like, I want to make the precise, machined, perfect looking pottery, which is a very silly thing to say. I'm gonna just flat out tell you right now. Striving for quote unquote perfection is a weird. It's not weird, but it is a something that is not going to be helpful long term to pottery. Exactly. Go slipcast if you want that like precision and exact same look every single time. I'm happy to teach people how to make a mold. We can make a plaster mold and make slip and do that instead. It's easy. We can do that all in 1 2 hour class. Well, I don't know if I would want the mold should set up for longer than that period of time, but it doesn't have to. It's okay. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but it's okay. Yeah, it's like I get the concept, I get the point. I've done it a bunch. I've done that. I've done glass wax casting and stuff like that, and all that fun casty stuff. But it's fun. It's fine, but it's not for me. That's for sure. It's not hands on enough. It's definitely too passive for me. Interesting. I'm still too big. But oh, is this? Oh, remember when I was opening this up again and I offset the lid? Is that my issue right now? Is it because this part is? That seems so. When I'm looking at it, it's riding up just the top here, which makes me think that it's too big. The problem is I really, but then I sit it in and it's dead flat. You know what? I think we're actually gonna leave it and then sand it. Interesting. Hold on. I have to think about this for a second. Oh, it's because I didn't. Did I bevel that part? No. Uh-oh. I just broke the nubbin. Okay. Okay. We're gonna make it a hair smaller. It's also a little thick in the base anyway, so um, I did break the nubbin though, so I'm gonna have to just not touch it anymore and just be careful with that. Oh, I'm over caffeinated, I can tell. Do you see how much my hand was just shaking when I put that down? Not enough actual food. I don't think I've eaten today. Oh, that's super cool, Sierra. I've never done metal casting. That sounds fun. Kind of surprised I've never done metal casting, but okay, we're good. We're fine. Things are all good. Things are so great right now. This is just such a minor amount that I need to take off, so I really don't want to overdo it because we're pretty darn close. So okay, and then the part I want to get rid of too is in this interior section. Yeah, it doesn't seem super accessible, but I guess neither does pottery. So okay, okay, let's try it. But I can't touch this because that's broken. So what we're gonna do is just place it on upside down. Whoppa. Okay, well, I can't test it because the nubbin is not right, but there's no way that that doesn't fit after all that. So what I'm going to do is just try to patch this nubbin a little bit. And then we'll just go on and then hope for the best. And if it's not, then we'll deal with it later on. It's not like ruined or anything, you know what I mean? We can still change things later. So it's not a big deal. Right? It's very expensive to get into if you're trying to build your own studio, or it can be if you want like nice stuff. Well, that was silly. Not expecting that at all. We should be dry enough to, or wet enough to just reconnect it though, even though it's porcelain. You know, I might not bike today. I don't mind biking in the rain. What I don't want to bike in is the wind. I've never been a fan of wind. It just ruins all the activities that I really like. And it is very windy right now. And biking 14 miles in the pouring rain and wind doesn't, I can do one or the other. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can do both. So it's crazy is that, oh, such good clay. What's crazy is that my neighbors they don't live here anymore. They're off in whatever cool house they have in a different country. They're here from time to time. Actually, they might be here. I don't really know, but they hire people to come blow leaves multiple days a week. I hear it. It's pouring rain. I can hear them blowing leaves. What are they doing? I had on Saturday, I got home and they were there blowing leaves still. And I almost punched the dude. Uh, I was so angry. I have such like a hatred for leaf blowers. I'm a very pacifistic person, but that like the one thing, if you ever want to get me angry, just blow leaves near me with a gas powered leaf blower, and you'll incur all of my hatred for the rest of your life. All right. With that said, let's keep working on things. All right, I think we're gonna do this one first, because why not, you know? We haven't poked out the holes yet. I'm a little scared about this, uh, just because there's some issues with all of the holes that kind of like came in. Um, so let's see how it goes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, 3 for 3. Aha! 4, 4, 4. Okay. Deep breaths. Hopefully everybody's taking a deep breath with me right now. Okay, we're doing great. I'll just whisper for a second just to make sure everything works out well. That's the philosophy. Okay, we're good. Okay. Oh my God. If this actually works out, I'm going to be slightly shocked. Okay. 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 Actually shocked. I mean, we're not out of it yet, but we did the hard part. So I think we're fine. Right? Hopefully the suspense was, you could feel it, you know? I felt it, that's for sure. Okay. Easy. Why were we worried? My God, we were fine. It was great. Everything was grand. Okay, I got 2 spouts. Got dinky and bigger. No, they're exactly the same size. This will go on the other one. They're literally the same. It doesn't matter. So, this is going to be kind of weird because this part is going to be, the attachment's going to be really weird. Whatever. We'll just cut it, hope for the best, dive right in, you know? So we're just going to do little by little though, just so I can see conceptually what we're doing. This should probably be fine. Whoa, look at that. We're almost there. That's almost perfect. So it needs to be a little bit less. And we're going to blend the spout, I think. Okay, now I want this top part to go up a little bit more. I mean, look how cute that is. It's so stupid looking. I love it. Oh my God. I can't get over a good, really stupid looking spout. You know, just does it for me. Thanks, Victoria. I'm saying stupid in a very endearing way, by the way. I want my spouts and teapots to look silly and ridiculous, and yeah. Okay, just gonna give it a little rubbing here and there. Yeah, exactly. Who needs an elegant spout? Bleh, blah. Anybody can make an elegant spout. We gotta make a silly looking spout. This one has some internal issues though, so I'm just gonna give it a little surgery here. Okay, we're ready to attach this thing. Well, we're not ready to attach it, but we're ready to score it at least. Yeah, I think we're pretty ready to attach. Minus a couple minor variables. Yeah, whatever. Good enough. So silly. Oh my God, I love it. I don't know how this design came about. I don't know if it was a suggestion from someone else or this was one of my own, but mm, um, a faster pour. Don't put it in the holes. Don't put in the filter holes. And then bigger spout, bigger pour. Faster, like smaller stream, you can have a very tapered spout, and then just bigger holes. A lot of it has to do with just water quantity going out. And so if it's a slow pour, it usually means there's just not enough area for the water to actually get out of the spout in time. At least that's what I've experienced. Yeah, a tapered spout is nice. I guess I was slightly misleading on when I said bigger spout, bigger pour. It's just more quantity. It's really about the flow, right? So tapering with bigger holes going to it or no hole at all and using an infusion basket or something like that, and you're almost guaranteed a heavier, faster pour. Like all my teapots would work better if I didn't put filters in. Mm. I was gonna blend, but I kind of like how stupid it looks just being slapped on, you know? Yeah, some of them don't though. That's the thing. It's like I make a lot of teapots, and so I think it's almost a numbers game at a certain point. Like I'm just pretending that I know what I'm doing, and sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't. You know. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's the pour's been really nice. Overall, even on my teapots that kind of come out the top first, the pour has been pretty universally nice. A tapering spout is the best bet, and then as many holes as you can get would be the best. I truly cannot believe these people are blowing leaves in the pouring rain right now. I'm glad I'm not like a violent person because it makes me want to be. My only, like literally, I think this is the only thing that'll just immediately trigger instant anger from me is a leaf blower. Okay, next thing we need to do. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. Poke our air hole. Oh, my back is great. I appreciate it. I've been already biking a bunch and doing stupid things. And I'm glad. I would be shocked if I was. I will go out of my way to not be. I'm not trying to do anything mean ever, you know? Oh, I know. I just go and talk to them and be like, "Can you just stop, please, guys?" It's like I have to do this like multiple times a week because they literally will leaf blow from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. and there's no leaves out. It's spring. There's nothing there. It's pouring rain. They clearly are being paid by the hour, and they just show up no matter what and just do like the same thing every time. Um, so I can't fault them for someone hiring them to do something. So it does make me a little bit insane though. Um, for me, it's not. I need to just have a fire and tea and just walk away because it's so I love streaming and everything, but there is a certain amount of like distraction that I can have while I can still work. And so if I'm also streaming and it's in the background and I'm focusing on something and I have two cameras that I'm focusing on at the moment, it's mentally it's just a lot, you know? Okay. I'm liking this. So last thing we're gonna do for this teapot is figure out the handle. And I might have to redo this. Because it might not be long enough. I kind of have a feeling it's not long enough. Yeah, I don't think this is long enough. Yeah, exactly. It's honestly it's a lot. So, oh, it might be long enough. So the idea here is this is going to come back and you're going to hold it like this. I'm going to bend it. And you're going to grip it between these two fingers, hold the lid and pour forward. So in order to do that, I think I need to just cut this off like this. Okay, yeah, this is actually perfect size. So this is a design I really, really love, and trying to make it a little bit more popular. It's like a collaboration between a couple different styles that I work on, and um, you know, again, it's hard to get people to try something new, especially when it's expensive. So, but I'm telling you, ergonomically, these are really wonderful to pour. I don't know about this particular one because it's not done yet and anything like that, but all the ones I have made in the past, ergonomically, have been really, really spectacular. Yeah, they're really cool. They're okay, so what I'm gonna do is bring this guy up and I'm gonna just bend it a little bit, and then I'm gonna put this back on. So again, the concept here is you hold through your knuckle, the middle and your index finger through here, hold the lid, and you pour forward. Hi, hi, how are you? And to make sure this doesn't slump anymore, because it's gonna move in the fire, and I kind of like just how it naturally moves, but it's gonna kind of start moving while it's drying. So we're just gonna dry it upwards a little bit. Yeah, awesome. And awesome. Now I need a little teapot stamp. I have not been stamping my work recently. I don't know why. I just haven't been. I'm gonna stamp it on the handle itself. Okay, done. Awesome. Thanks. Mm. Yeah, it's a cool one. I just so this is the fourth one I've ever made, I think. Maybe fifth in this style. I was originally going to put this handle on the back of the teapot that we're working on right now, but I think I'm going to just put, well, I might. No, I think I'm just going to put a traditional quote unquote handle on the back of the other one. Okay. What's up, Pat? How are you? What time is it? 1 o'clock. Okay. Well, I could have made this lid thinner. So I kind of like the extra weight of it. I don't know. Maybe we'll think about that. That's cool, Afro. I'm glad to replace you first. And I can chuckle by myself for a little bit until I get replaced. Not really sure how it would replace pottery, even with the robots that they have already. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it happens. Oh, look at that spout. Look at that fit. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, my back's great, Pat. I appreciate it. We're all good these days. Christina, have the best time. I can't wait to see pictures and everything. It's going to be really fun. Sweet, safe, I can't talk. I have not eaten enough food. Safe travels. When I say you haven't eaten enough food, I have literally not eaten any food today. Mistakes. Too much tea. Not enough. Well, can you have too much tea? You know, after all that talk I did at the very beginning about like lack of style and some kind of like artistic style in each thing, there is something quite nice about a round teapot. Is it supposed to stop raining on Wednesday? How much stuff have you made for the kiln? Or what have you made? What are you even working on? Okay, we're just gonna make a typical handle for this guy. Thanks, Sydney. Mm, nice. Tests are always good. What color is the urn that you're going for? Um, how are you making your handles? Like how I make them? Or are you pulling your handles? What's your your thing? What's your method? I'm very curious to see how it comes out, because that's a lot of that's a lot. Mm. Yeah, so if you do it like this, you have to do it real wet with porcelain, um, super, super wet, and just try to mitigate as much as you're touching, because the more you touch, obviously, the more cracks you're going to get. And so it's just like a fine balance of working really quickly and then letting them set up enough to actually attach after the fact. Um, and a lot of the time, at least in this method, you should be able to just attach it almost immediately. But you could also hit it with a torch real quick as long as you don't hit the bottom section. When I teach this method to people, for the first like couple days they do it, it cracks every single time. And usually it's a not using wet enough clay to start with, and then not letting it set up enough. There's definitely like pottery, and especially porcelain, is like you work when it tells you it needs to be worked versus you getting to have your own schedule around it. I've never used vinegar. Is that for attachments? What's vinegar do that water does not? I know people have talked about that, and they also use like magic water, which I think is just sodium silicate, maybe? Or what is magic water? I want to carve this one. We're going to do something slightly different on this particular piece. I'm going to hit this with a torch so I can hit it with a carving tool. I've never done this before. I just wanted to try. These handles don't take very long to make, so we can always just make another one. Tony, what's good? How are you? What am I trying to achieve, though, by doing this? I guess an angle here. Obviously, it would make more sense to let this set up before you do this, but I see. Do you know, I'm dying to know chemically what's happening, if that's the case, like how it's doing it. Oh, I can't complain, Tony. It's a beautiful day, and it's rainy and beautiful out, and yeah, I can't complain. Can never understand why people don't like rainy days. They're so great. Such great days to work in the studio. They're such great, like, just work day days. I don't know. I always have like a rush of energy when it starts raining. I always feel like the motivation to go either into the woods or come into the studio and work. What's the weather like by you, Tony? Fascinating. Fascinating. Oh my God, that's so cool, Pat. All right. It makes your stomach hurt, Sydney? I'm sorry. Yeah, right, Tony? That's where it's at. Ugh, blah, warm and breezy, gross. You need some clouds in your life, you know? Gotcha. Wow. Learning new things today. Okay, so I carved the angles in on this, which I kind of like. And then the question is, do I want to keep the top round? Or do I flatten this bit? I'm going to try to flatten it. And then it'll come to a point. Yeah, I think we're the rarity there, Tony. The recipes included both vinegar and sodium silicate for magic water. I guess I haven't really looked up recipes for things like that because I just don't use them. So I just never bothered. But I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. I think it's too big. Oh, and then I add another bevel. Oh, okay. Now we're cooking. And because then I can bevel to that. Oh my God, this is so cool. All right. We're figuring new things out today. This is great. Okay, good, good, good. I thought I just went too deep. Oh, I missed what you guys were saying. I'm too into this right now. I can't pay attention. You know when you find something new, you're just like, what are the possibilities here? And I think there's some sweet possibilities on this. Oh, so angular. Ah, so cool. All right. I mean, this would have been so much easier to do if I let this set up naturally and not force it with a knife or anything or a heat gun. But all right, let's see if this actually looks good on the teapot though. So anyway, here's our angular looking handle. Okay, hell yeah, that looks cool, right? A little clash around and angles. Oh, Olive is great, Tony. She's sound asleep in front of me right now. Happy as can be. I have the wood stove going really, really gently, and she's just enjoying her best life. Right. All right, now that I've flattened everything aggressively, I'm going to soften all the edges so they blend more, but have the feeling of squareness, you know? Do you have any animals, Tony? Gotcha. How long ago was that? This is it, Sydney. Once we're done with these teapots, we're done. Because I got to go to work in an hour, teach kids tennis, and then I don't know. I probably don't want to come back here after I get back, honestly. I think I want to just like chill. I've been really tired. I've been overdoing it because it gets so bright so early. I wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I go until sun's done, and then I keep going. So I have not been getting like that many hours of sleep, and I'm one of those people who needs like 10, 12 hours of sleep to actually function properly. So I think these two teapots will be it for today. I'm sorry to hear that, Pat. But 7 chickens? That sounds lovely. Does anybody else here have animals? I know you do, kitten. Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry. That's 4 years is still not enough time. Can't really picture life without Olive now. I'm gonna be a legitimate, literal, horrible wreck when that happens. Hopefully, not for another 7,000 years. I hope I go first, honestly. For her sake, I don't, but for my sake, I do. That's a nice amount of time, too. Yay, kittens. That makes it, yes, that I remember having cats as a kid. They would wake me up nice and early and then sleep on my chest. So I never actually got a good night's sleep most of my childhood. But they were just the best. Wow, wow. That's a lot, Pat. That's awesome. Big happy family over there. I love to hear it. So I've been teaching this style to one of my students, He's really getting the hang of it, so it's on all of his mugs now. So I'm very curious to see how they come out the next firing. Amazing. Adorable. Oh my God. That would wake me up too. That sounds awful. I'm glad my cats never did that. I have thanks, Tracy. I uh I have a shoji screen sliding door that I put in a couple of years ago to my bedroom. Olive's not allowed in my bedroom. She's um it's the one spot in the house that's not hers. And but it's really cute. So every morning she gets her snout in there and she throws open the shoji screens and then comes and kisses my head until I wake up. If I for some reason am not up already, but we wake up at the same time every morning. So now I just mostly wait for her to come and open up the shoji screens and say hello. Gotcha. Oh, much earlier, Pat. We'll put it on. We've been at this for 158 minutes so far. This, uh, or one of these. This is well, they're all plastic. They're all plastic. For some reason, I thought my paintbrush had a wooden handle, but it doesn't. Hmm. All right. Killer. Killer. I'm psyched. It's like a genie teapot. It seems like a definitely seems like a genie's gonna come out of that thing. It's simple, it's silly, it just is a teapot, you know? I like it though. It's kind of chonky, it's kind of whatever. Um, Now my only qualms with it is that the lid is a little on the thicker side. Um, but I think I don't want to mess with it anymore. I've been at this long enough. Thank you, Tracy. And I think it'll when it shrinks and it dries, it'll be fine. Um, it will be the lightest lid in the world? No. Will it be the heaviest? No. So it's going to be a nice, it'll be fine. It'll be a sufficient lid. I don't know. This seems like a two-wisher, honestly. It doesn't feel like a full-blown three-wish teapot. This is probably like max 2 1/4. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm throwing at you? I think max 2 1/4. Maybe, if you can squeeze out, depending on the intensity of the wish, maybe 2 1/2, But yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna go put this over on the other shelf, and then I'm going to show you guys Olive because she's been such a mega cutie this entire time, and you guys just haven't been able to experience what I experience when I'm throwing because you're looking at me and not this dog who's just the cutest thing in the world. Her eyes are like slightly rolled back in the back of her head at the moment um, because she's just asleep, but she's looking pretty cute. All right, give me 1 sec. I just got to put my things to the side, just do a little cleanup. Exactly. We got to end on sweet Olive vibes. All right, how do I flip my screen? Look at that cute dog. All right, Tracy, you're going to just come out of here. Oh, God. How do I flip this? Flip camera. Boop. Look at that cutie. She's really asleep, though. Look at those like silly looking eyes there. All right. That's it for me. Thanks, everyone. Bye, Luna. Yeah, anyway, she's great. She needs all the lovin's in the entire world. What's this on your nose? What's this? Can I see? Yeah, she is great. She's the best dog in the world with the best smile. And she's such a good guard dog. And she's dreaming of going fishing and all those fun things. We're going to go have an adventure. We're going to go eat cookies together. We're going to go get you a piece of salmon for later. Or trout. Anyway, I'm going to go pamper Olive and make sure she's living her best life. And then anyway. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.